This is a revision of what we did yesterday in the spreadsheets. This is what we ended up developing, a list of areas and perimeters for rectangles. Here we have rectangle A as a length of, well, I've got the length and the widths of the wrong way around here, but regardless, we've got a length of 2, width of 3, or vice versa. The area, of course, is 2 times 3. The formula there you can see with the cell references is B3 times C3. The perimeter is twice the sum of the length and the width, and those formulas have been applied to all those different lengths and widths for rectangles A to E. We've got a total of all the areas, a total of all the perimeters, and we've got, just for practice, a mean, which Excel calls the average formulas, and then we did a graph. So let's develop that again from memory, and we'll just take you through the process of that. Let's put a title in here: areas and perimeters of rectangles. We can give that make that a little bit bigger, maybe. Let's try 40 there. Oh, it's probably a bit too much. Let's go back to something like 22. That's a bit better. So let's say we'll do width and length is probably more appropriate this time. We went up in 2s here. 2, 4, 6, 8, go up to 10. Lengths go up in odd numbers: 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay, I'll just center those headings, those particular headings there. If I want to keep this ribbon showing, I need to pin it, which may not come out on the. There's a pin there, you can't see it. Let's see if you can see it. There's a pin. If I press it again, there's a pin there, and that will pin the ribbon for me. Okay. So formula. So what we want is, let's do the area here, and next to that we'll have the perimeter. If I just want to format those two in the same way as I did here, just use the paint brush here to copy that format there. Alright, the formulas always start, or calculation, always start with your equal sign. I could type in the cell reference A3, but it's easy if I just point to it. And in computing, it's always been this way. The multiplication is an asterisk. That's the symbol for multiplication in computing. So there's our multiplication. If we want to copy that down, 2 ways. I can do Control C, hold down my Shift key to select those cells there, and then do Control V. Let me just undo that with a Control Z, and I'll do it again another way. Many of you would prefer this way. I don't, because I'm not that good at it, but if you just grab that bottom right hand corner of the rectangle and pull it down, you'll get the same effect. So let's try the next one. So what we're doing is double the sum of the width and the length. Now there might be a problem with that. The sum of the width and the length is 5, doubles should be 10. So you can see there's a problem with my formula, and that is the order of operations. I actually want to put the sum in brackets there. That's a bit better there now. Again, the same procedure as before. Control C, or pull down that rectangle, and you've copied it. If I want to do a total now, I'll just put in a column here. I'll just select that column, right click and insert. I'll put down, what do we want? A total, and we want a mean. That'll do us. Let's just shift those, right justify those there, maybe make them a little bit taller, maybe 16. So total, the total in sum, SUM, means the addition or total of a number of figures. So not surprisingly, the formula in Excel is, and most spreadsheets including numbers will use sum. Now I've put in the formula there, equals sum, and that's the thing. I've started with the left bracket, now it's waiting for me to select the cells or a range of cells. Now I can just select that. I'm just moving my up arrow. I found the first of that range. I'm going to hold my shift key down until I reach the end of that range, close with the right bracket, and there I have it. I'll just Control Z that, reverse it, and I'll show you another way. Many of you will like this. Up here you've seen the sigma symbol before. We've used that with our frequency distribution tables. Here you have a selection under there. I'm doing the sum, and look, it's already selected what it thinks is the range I want, and there you have it. Perimeter, the sum, there you have it. Now if I do the mean, I can go back up here to the sum, and there's the average right there. Let's see what it's got. Let's just check that. Now it's averaged D3 to D8. Now I actually don't want the D8 in there because that includes my total. So I select up here in the formula bar, backspace, and then that gives me the correct answer. Now if I wanted to type it in, just Control Z all that, equals average, left bracket, select with your mouse or move your cursor, close with the right bracket, and there you have it. If you want to edit the formula, you can click up there in your formula bar. You can also press the F2 button, and that gives you access to it as well. F2 button, and then you can just move your, with your left and right arrow your cursor, and then there. If you ever want to get out of a cell, just press the escape key. It's the most important key in the keyboard, the escape key in the top left hand corner. So I just want to copy that across. I'll just do Control C, Control V. Just by the way, you'll probably find I rarely use it. There's an edit, well, it's somewhere up here. You've got edit copy and edit paste, but I'll let you find that. I just use Control C and Control V. If I want to move something, it's Control X and then Control V. So what else did we want here? Total. That's about all we did. We just want to do the graph now. Oh, we want to put the labels. So let's just call it this heading rectangle. Labels A, B, C, D, E. I might just center those like so. Alright. Oh, and the border. It'd be a good idea to have a border. I might just put this heading here. I'm going to do Control X here. I'll move that heading over to here. Control X, Control V. Let's put a border in. I'll just select I think I'll just select that area for the border. Up here we have borders. I'll go down to more borders. That's off your screen there, but right down the bottom you have more borders. And I don't know where, there's the dialog box there. Select a fainter color than just black. I'll go with a grey because I'm usually printing in monochrome. Press outline and inline. You can obviously vary it, the inline lines according to different to the outlines if you want, and that will do me. Just for your just to know, there's always more than one way of doing things. If you press Control 1, it gets you straight to the dialog, and you've got all the cell formatting there with Control 1. Okay, if you want to see what that looks like, I haven't got my print preview button there, but I can find it easily enough. If I just go down here, and there's my print preview, and that's what it would look like if I printed it out on the screen. Okay. So the other thing we did was we did a graph. So let's just have a look at this. Say these rectangles here. I'm going to do a graph with these rectangle labels on the x-axis, so you'll know that that's actually categorical data. I'm going to hold down the Control key and press these other two columns here, and then I'm going up here to the insert. I'm going to just select what I actually want is customized charts. I don't know if I've got that here. Let's see if I can widen this a bit. Okay, on Office 16 you have an option. This is Office 10. You have an option for, let's see if it's here. No, it's not. Okay, let's see how I go with this. It's much easier in Office 16 because you do have the it's come out all right. You have an option in Office 16 for a different option. It's good. Okay, so we'll put that there, and also on Office 16 you have a different you have a little plus button here where you can go in and put the axes titles. I don't have that here. I have to go in up in my insert menu, select the graph, and somewhere here I have titles, layout. There's my axis titles there. Primary title, I'll call that rectangles. Rectangles, obviously A to E. Alright, go back up here, and again axis title, primary axis title, rotated, and I'll call that this is area and perimeter. I don't have a unit of measurement. I should have, but we'll just leave it at that, areas and perimeters. And of course I don't have a title for my graph. So let's put a title in here, areas and perimeters of rectangles. Okay, that's about what we covered, so you can catch up with that in your own time.